Hello, hello. How's it going? Hope everyone's good. Bagwell says hi. How you doing? Hope you're good. Harry says hello. How are you? I'm baking. To be honest with you, but pretty sure everyone is. But yeah, not bad. How about you? I've watched the first few minutes of your video. I got dragged away, unfortunately, so I haven't seen all of it yet. But I've seen the start of it. It's looking good. I will watch all of it very soon. But yeah, I hope you're doing good. Hope you are well. Kat says, you were right about Quansah leaving. Yeah. I mean, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So I'll take that. Yeah, apparently like 30 million-ish, wasn't it? See if I can bring this one up here. Harry says, same here. I haven't played football because of the heat. It's okay, don't worry. Yeah, I will. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. But if not, definitely the weekend, because weekend I don't have work. But yeah, it's too hot, man. It's too hot. I haven't even gone outside. Actually, yesterday after we finished yesterday, like 10:30, that's when I went outside. It's still pretty like still pretty bright at 10:30, to be fair. But yeah, it's too hot to go outside. Yeah, the Quansah stuff. The Quansah stuff has kind of come out of nowhere. A T is saying, "Have we sold Quansah?" with 2 exclamation marks. Sorry, 2 question marks and an exclamation mark. We haven't sold him yet, but it looks like he's going. It looks fairly certain. It looks fairly certain that he's going. Like all the kind of reputable journalists are saying that a deal's done for £30 million to Leverkusen. What's his name? David Ornstein. I think I saw something just before I logged on. If you see that one there. Bayer Leverkusen, close to agreement with Liverpool to sign Jarrell Quansah. No formal bid yet, but talks progressing towards a deal being done for just north of 40 million euros. So what's 40 euros in pounds? Okay, that's not bad, to be fair. So 40 euros is, say, 34 pounds. So 34 million. And this said it's just north of 40 million euros. So maybe a bit more than that. Personal terms, no issue. Yeah, I saw that. Verts arrived at Manchester Airport today. Medical part 1, he's doing it right now. So he got out of like a big, like, fancy vehicle, and part 2 on Friday. Yeah, we should hear tomorrow. So I probably won't be streaming tomorrow because you're probably sick of my face 3 days in a row. But the next time I'm back, then we can say, yeah, it's all done. T says, we are in serious trouble for centre back depth. Now I'm convinced we've got more signings to come. I agree with you, but the rumour is, now I have to stress rumour. So let's take a step back, actually. So the Quansah stuff is pretty much done. But the rumor is his replacement for £30 million. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hyping this up like it's gonna be like a big, like a big announcement. I should work on movies, how I hype shit up. But yeah, apparently it's gonna be Marc Guehi. As his replacement. Now, if that does, and the reason why it's a bit cheap, is because he's in the last year of his contract. Now, if that happens, that will be a nice bit of business, because Guehi, England international, still pretty young, 24. So if Quansah goes, Guehi comes in, I'll be happy. Let's get through a few more comments. Ben says, go live tomorrow. I like 100 times. I appreciate the support, Ben. Appreciate the support as always. Yeah, he went to Manchester Airport. Yeah. Manchester Airport, then a nice little drive across to Liverpool. Bro's going to Chelsea for sure, says Mr. Default. Do you reckon? I think he might have been a Chelsea youth player. Well, I might look into that. Alex Macklin 835 says made up with Marc G from Crystal Palace. Same here, man. Guehi, he's a seasoned England player, and I'm not talking seasoned with salt and pepper, but like seasoned, experienced, quality on the ball. It would be a definitive upgrade. And Guehi looks really old. I don't know if it's because he's got that permanent kind of old man facial expression, like he's sick of your shit, like that's the kind of constant facial expression that he has. But he's not actually that old. He's 24. So if we were to lose Quansah and get Guehi in for similar sort of money, the rumor is it's going to be less, but let's pretend for argument's sake similar sort of money. I think that'd be a solid upgrade. Wednesday said Chelsea won't re-sign Guehi. Let's hope not, because I want him. Wednesday sent one gift. Thank you very much, Wednesday. Appreciate that. Fish is here. How you doing, Fish? Hope you're well. Hope you are good. T is saying, I heard Slot at Feyenoord did a clear out and got rid of about 16 players and brought in 17 players. Yeah, you're pretty much bang on. He did. So basically, he came to Feyenoord, he assessed the squad, decided who he liked, decided who he didn't like, got rid of the ones he didn't like and brought in new players. And it looks like he's doing the exact same thing at Liverpool. Turned up, spent a year assessing the squad, said, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, I don't like that one, and then he's going to clear out the ones that he doesn't like. So it's going to be a radically different team next season. So very excited to see that. Angus says, any classic football shirts? Which team do you want? I would like AC Milan. There's 90 ones with the best. Yeah, 90s Milan shirts were very nice. I've got a few Liverpool ones. I think I was wearing one yesterday, 92, 93. Very nice. This match has just kicked off. I'll just set the timer. I always say I'm going to set the timer, and then they put all these graphics on the screen, and then I just sit there like an idiot waiting for the timer to come up. It's quite... I'll never learn my lesson, you know. But there we go. I'm like, I'll set the timer, and then I just got to wait for it. Anyway. Averts in town, says Alex Macklin 835. Indeed. The rumor is... and I think as Ben was alluding to previously, he is conducting part 1 of his medical today, and then he's going to do part 2 tomorrow. What happens like if it's like a 2-day medical? I mean, I presume they kind of stay in a hotel at night. But is it like a top secret hotel? Because it can't be like Holiday Inn, right? Because then the staff will be like, oh, that's Florian Wirtz in... Florian Wirtz is checking into a double room. So they must stay in like a confidential hotel or something for the first night, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the rumor is part 2 tomorrow, and then if he passes it, fingers crossed. There's no wood that I can touch for touch wood. I think my desk is wood. But yeah, touch wood, he passes, and yeah, there should be an announcement tomorrow. Ben said, go live tomorrow. Tell me, I'm liking 100 times. I'll try my best, Ben. I'll try my best, Ben. I'm trying not to make people too sick of me, if you know what I mean. This ain't pretty to look at, but I'll try my best. Durwood says, hello, champion family. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you doing? How's the weather in the States? What kind of temperature have you got? Because it's It's boiling hot. It is. It's boiling hot in England today. When I say boiling hot, I mean 30 degrees, but that's a lot for us. But yeah, hope your weather's not bad, and I hope you're doing good. AFC Dave, how you doing? Liverpool, Man City getting all these players, and we're out here monitoring. Are you monitoring Madueke? Why are you monitoring Madueke? Like why? Why Madueke, man? Like. There's two. Okay, there's actually 2 points in I think what David said. Number one, why are Arsenal like not? Why are they not buying anyone? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit odd. So I understand Dave's frustration. Point number one, and point number two, Madueke, you're better than Madueke. Madueke is like ready salted crisps. You know what I mean? Like you'd pick cheese and onion above them, you'd pick steak crisps above them, you'd pick prawn cocktail. Like you don't go for ready salted crisps. Madueke is literally ready salted crisps. It's like, why? It's weird. I actually feel a bit of empathy towards you, not sympathy, but more empathy, because it's weird. Like I think you can do better than Madueke. Ben really wants me to go live tomorrow. Well, if I think I might have to now. I think I might have to now, Ben. You're changing my mind. A fish says check 25-26 Conference League teams. Yeah, I'll do that for you in a bit. T with quite a funny point there. We seem to be getting rid of a lot of the lads that Klopp was a bit too sentimental about. It does feel a bit like that, doesn't it? It's like Trent, who was his son to a certain degree, we're like, bye. Quansah, who was like his half son. Like Klopp got drunk one night and then had a baby with someone he doesn't really like. So then Quansah was born. Quansah's more like his half son. But yeah, I know what you mean. Does that prove, therefore, that we were only keeping these players around because of the sentimentality aspect rather than the quality aspect? I guess this season will indicate that. Ben says, expensive hotel. Verts will be tonight when he passes part 1. I've actually got a funny story about hotels. I used to kind of work like all over the country, and again, this ain't a lie. And I got in a lift one day, and I looked right in the lift, and it was Michael Owen. It was just me and Michael Owen in the lift. So that's my hotel related story. Who else have I seen in hotels? Because I used to like work all over the country, but I think Michael Owen is probably. The thing is, I didn't talk to him. I didn't talk to him because I'm still a bit bitter about how kind of everything happened, to be fair. Dylan says, all these fans supporting City, Liverpool and stuff, and I'm just a Man United fan. I hear ya. How do you feel about Cunha, though? I think Cunha is a good signing. To be fair. But yeah, how do you feel about the season coming up? Probably not great, judging by the sad face, but Cunha's a start, to be fair. It's been raining the past few days, not too hot here. Well, if you wouldn't mind giving us some of that rain, please, we would appreciate that very much. Hopefully your rain can make its way across east a little bit, and then we get some of that. T says, how do you feel about Curtis Jones? Yeah, I'm frustrating. I like his personality. Like I like him as a person. So now maybe I'm turning into Klopp a little bit. Like I like him as a person, but on the ball sometimes, I as you've noticed, I very rarely get emotional or like scream about football. But there were a few times, like I didn't used to stream last year, but there were a few times last year I literally like screamed profanities at the TV. When Jones was doing his little swivels, and would just like refuse to pass. Like he'd always pass the ball like 2 seconds too late. And I just remember like, and again, I don't like scream or shout too much about football, but I just remember losing my rag about it. So, I mean, if they can train that out of his game, great. But on the other hand, I mean, if he wants to go and we can get a bit of money, Let's do that. A user says, is Mamadashvili good? He looks pretty good based on what I've seen. It's tough to really judge. It's tough to really judge based on how players look in another league, if you know what I mean. But from my perspective, I can say I'm excited for him. It's a penalty, by the way, to Porto. Come on, bro, kick the ball. He's taking his time. Oh, he scored. I really wanted to say he deserved to miss because he was taking too long. Probia, sir, says, don't you think the new Liverpool badge is ugly? As in this one. I prefer the older one. I don't know why I sounded so Welsh there. I was like, I prefer the older one. But I do prefer the older one. This one's okay, but the one that Gerrard wore, that's the one I prefer. Seb says, hello mate, let's go Miami. My team is gonna win. Let's hope so. That's probably really bad timing for me to read that out after the one. But I'm excited to see Messi. I'm excited to see Suarez, to be fair. But yeah, let's hope so. Dave says, someone needs to investigate Arsenal. There's something going on. It's a bit weird. It is a bit weird, isn't it? It is a bit weird. Like, I would have expected a bit more urgency, should we say. Rice says, as a Brighton fan, it might be over. Our starting left back and striker / central attacking midfielder, which I presume is João Pedro, both want to leave. The thing is, though, you're Brighton, though, so you'll get rid of them, and then you'll buy a replacement for a smidgen of the cost, and the replacement will be at least as good or even better. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I admire about Brighton. Like, okay, they bought Caicedo after losing the bloke to Spurs. I forgot his name, but then Caicedo turned out even better. Then Caicedo left. You got Baleba for a small fee. Then Baleba turned out to be really, really good. I'd say I'm a bit envious of you because Pedro will go, but you'll find someone even better for cheaper because your scouting is that good. Burger King says, do you think Hughes will go in for Isak? I think the Isak deal is dependent on him putting pressure on. And the thing is, like, I always feel a bit dirty for saying I want the player to put pressure on. You know what I mean? Especially with Newcastle. I think Newcastle are, like, respectful fans in general as well. So, like, it will be dependent on Isak saying I want to leave. I think there's a certain fee. And I think Liverpool will probably be willing to meet that fee, but I think it's highly dependent on. I think the ball is in Isak's court to say. I was about to say I want to leave in Swedish, but I don't even know Swedish. But the ball is in Isak's court, I think. But I think if Isak says he wants to go, then he will go. RG255 says, I found you. Indeed, you did. Al J met Loftus-Cheek at a family party. Oh, nice. What was he like? Was he a nice person? Was he a good person? I've seen Loftus-Cheek. When I was in Croydon a few years ago, Box Park in Croydon? I just went there for my food. And like all the Crystal Palace squad was there, like signing something. And I was like, oh yeah, there's Loftus-Cheek. And I've seen him, but I've never met him before. Bob the Microwave. Rice says, gonna have to watch Danny Welbeck and some little kids play striker next season. True, but the little kid will be the most amazing little kid that anyone has ever witnessed. And then in 5 years, that little kid will be worth 150 million. So Brighton are the kings of making a profit and then replacing the player with somebody of very good quality. Ice cream van. I wouldn't mind an ice cream van right now. It's too damn hot. T says Mamardashvili played for one of the worst teams in the league and managed to look pretty decent. True. That makes it harder to judge a goalkeeper, I guess, if you're just getting battered with shots every 5 seconds. He's tall, He's 6'6". I can perhaps talk about the physical attributes. He's 6'6". He's taller than Alisson, which is, that's a positive for a goalkeeper. He's good shot stopper, good penalty stopper. Perhaps not as good with the ball at his feet as Alisson, but I guess you can't have it all. But yeah, I'd say I'm excited. I'm excited to see him. Seb says, I spoke too soon. How was that a penalty? I think you'll come back into it. There's the referee's got their name on the back of the shirt. How lame is that? Is that new? Is that a new thing? Yeah, as T says there, Brighton got infinite talent pool, infinite scouting knowledge as well. Like, I'm jealous of them. you know what I mean. Sell player for 100 million, buy another one for less than that, and then the cheaper one that they bought is just as good. Kuram says Man United getting a strong force together. Do you reckon? Where do you reckon the strong force would finish in the league? Right now they've got Cunha. I think Cunha is a good signing, but I do think they need to do a bit more than that. Sonny. I was about to say there's no Penaldo reference, but I read it all. I read it all first, and I was like, there it is. Porto will tear apart Miami, but at least Porto are a bigger team than the Plumbers Penaldo plays in the Saudi Premier League. I hear Porto, former Champions League winners. We can't forget that. I love the constant Ronaldo slander. Again, not that I like or hate Ronaldo. It's just funny either way. T said, I know Ali is good with the ball at his feet. Why do I sound so Welsh today? I'm like, Ali, where's this coming from? Like, why am I so Welsh today, man? I know Alisson is good with the ball at his feet, but I'm sure you guys can remember a good few howlers. Oh, I can. The one against Leicester where like he tried to kind of dummy the player or like fake a shot, and then he kind of had to run back to his goal, and then Leicester scored. Yeah, that wasn't good. So he has had a few howlers in his time, but equally I'm willing to forgive him. They were the exception rather than the rule. Brighton have 6-star scouts, says the unemployed microwave. Yeah, they got the best scouts ever, man. Like Caicedo, even Caicedo, they bought for a couple of million. Like, he wasn't expensive, and then they sold him for, what was it, like 105? So yeah, I'm confident they'll get someone in. T says that if you remember Ethan Moepu, I'm telling you, he probably would have ended up at LFC one day. That name sounds familiar, but I'll be honest, don't fully remember. But the name does sound familiar. Man United will turn into Woman United this season. It's entirely possible. I mean, the women's team might finish higher than 15th, to be fair. RG255. You said this yesterday. I didn't know what this meant. Soon, and then it's like first place tomorrow, and then it's a bunch of books. Like, have you got like an exam or something? That's how I interpreted it, but I might be interpreting it wrong. Unemployed microwave says first Porto, second Palmeiras, third Al Ahly or Miami is my prediction. Looks like a pretty good prediction. Are we speaking of Dele Alli or someone else? I can't remember. I don't recall speaking about Dele Alli at the moment. I'm just trying to think. We were more talking about Brighton, right? And Brighton's tendency to replace their players with even better players. Yeah. He was CM for Brighton, but had to stop playing. Heart problem. Yeah, I recall now. Fish says check Conference League teams. Okay. Do you want to check the teams that are within the Conference League qualifying rounds? Is it something specific? Is your team in here, Fish? Is that why? Is that why you want me to check this? I can't see Gornik, which is your team. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty good. Is there something specific you want me to look for? I just want to check this is the right one. The microwave is saying Forest there looks weird. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Oh, let me see if I can just adjust this for you. The thing is, because I'm in vertical on TikTok and horizontal on YouTube, so I have to adjust two windows at the same time to get them to line up. But I think I've done it. Yeah, you got Fiorentina, you got Forest, coefficient of 23. Vallecano, Mainz, Strasbourg, Nottingham Forest, said Fish. Yeah, man, Forest are in there. You got Dundee in there as well. You got a team called Viking, as if there's a Norwegian team called Viking. That's so unoriginal. But if I was Norwegian, I would support Viking. I would 100% support Viking. Alice's top 5 Premier League next season. Number 1, Liverpool. I love the fact that you've put Newcastle second, because I'm terrified of Newcastle. I'm so scared of Newcastle. Especially if they keep Isak. That Newcastle's midfield completely dominated our midfield last year, and we didn't even have any injuries or any excuse. So Newcastle I'm worried about. Number 3, City. Number 4, Arsenal. Number 5, Villa. Could certainly happen. The only thing is, I think Chelsea will be up there, because I think Chelsea got 4th this year, and I think they're strengthening with some good players. As well, and they've strengthened early, which means these new players are going to be available for their kind of pre-season. So I think Chelsea are another one to be slightly concerned about. And depending on how the season goes, potentially to be very concerned about. I think the only thing, in some ways, perhaps the only missing piece is to get that amazing centre forward. But I think their defence is good. They've got a brilliant number 10 in Palmer. Bought a couple of wingers, so yeah. Let's see what happens. Brighton and Profit Albion. That's pretty good. I might steal that one, I can't lie. Nottingham Forest and Vallecano being there feels so weird. It does feel weird, but in many ways it's a good weird, I guess. Mainz, Strasbourg. Yeah, I think Forest for me is the weirdest one, but I think they deserve it. But yeah, it is a bit weird to see. To be fair. Liechtenstein team. Always good to see Liechtenstein. T says, would you say JB Carragher is kinda underrated? He's treated like he's League 2 quality. Maybe, but he doesn't. It's perhaps a consequence of him being on like Sky Sports, and so then people say, yeah, he was always crap. I mean, he was good. He was good. He used to play right back when he started. I never used to like him at right back, but then when he moved to centre back, he was pretty good, I thought. Especially in the 2005 Champions League final, I thought he played really well. But yeah, he was good. I remember. I was gonna say being a fan of him, but you know what I mean. Like I remember when he used to play. I used to think he was quite good. Carefree Palmer says, so Chelsea disappeared. It would seem not, because Bill said up the Chelsea. So yeah, we have some Chelsea fans here. Yeah, I think Chelsea will do well. They got fourth. They've got fourth this year, and they've improved with their players. So they're gonna be up there for certain. Unemployed Microwave puts City first, Liverpool second, Arsenal third, Chelsea fourth, Newcastle 5 is my prediction. Interesting. I think pre-season will be a really good indicator of kind of where these teams are and how well the new signings kind of gel. Pre-seasons will be 10 times more interesting than this silly World Cup thing that we're watching today. Sunny's prediction. Number 1 is Woman United. Number 2 is Arsenal, as they always make number 2. I see. So Arsenal are like a perpetual number 2 here. Number 3, the Champions League winners Tottenham. Okay. 4 Liverpool and 5 Man City. Well, I'm happy that we made the top 4. Yeah, I don't see Spurs getting third. I definitely think kind of Chelsea will be in there. And I definitely think Newcastle will be in there. Mainz and Forest bottle Champions League football, to be fair. Yeah, I hear. I mean, I don't follow the Bundesliga as much as the Premier League, but I was convinced that Forest would get it. And then, unfortunately, they kind of fell at the last hurdle. But let's see where they go from here. Fish says, where's Fabio Vieira? I mean, he's probably at home, right? Fabio Vieira. He's number 10. He's in the middle. There's the number 10 there, Fabio Vieira. So he should be in the middle of the park. He's got his hands up right now. So he is on the pitch. I can confirm for you, Fish. That Fabio Vieira is on the pitch. RG255 predictions. Liverpool first, City 20, Newcastle 2. Oh right, so you're doing top 1 and bottom 1. Is that how it works? City, Liverpool first, City last, Newcastle second, Man United second. So you think all of Manchester will get relegated? Dang, that would be funny. It would be funny if it happened. I'll be honest, I can't see it happening, but it'd be funny if it happened. Mainz were 4th after 30 games. With 4 games to go, and they still fluffed it up. Dang, that's gotta do a bit of mental scarring on you, to if you're a Mainz fan or if you're a Mainz player. But let's see how they do next season. User, and I'm gonna read out all the numbers. User 1829973319148. Says 8th of July is when Liverpool pre-season starts. They will want to get incomings completed by then. Yeah, 100%. I think it's 13th. I think it's 13th of July. But I could be wrong. But yeah, let's say start mid of July-ish. But yeah, I agree with you that they're gonna want to get all their kind of they're gonna want to get all their signings in so that the signings can have a full pre-season, which is good, right? Which is good. It means we don't have to put up with the, I don't want to say the excuse, but we don't have to put up with the talking point during the season of, oh, so and so didn't have a preseason, therefore he's not fit. I mean, we don't have to put up with that nonsense. We can just have a full preseason for every player. We can see how the players gel. We can see how the players operate together. And yeah, it just makes everything better. What it shows as well is that a significant amount of planning has gone into this. So like all year all year whilst the players have been going for the title on the pitch, the backroom staff, the data staff, the management staff have been doing their work with respect to what players they need to get. You know what I mean? Like they're not last minute like, oh shit, we need to, I don't know, we need a DM, just chuck it on Endo. Like, no, they've planned it out. This is the guy we want and this is why we want him. We're going to bring him in before the season starts. So yeah, I like that. It's much more professional. Ben says, go live tomorrow. I think I'm going to have to now, Ben, because it seems to be very important to you. So I think I'm going to have to now. And to be fair, the Verts deal will probably be done tomorrow. So there is that. RGT says, ha, with three emojis. If City comes last, I will stop watching football altogether, says Sonny. Why? Why would you stop watching it? I would love it. And I think I deserve. They won't come last, let's be honest, but you never know. Unemployed Microwave says, if Liverpool get Isak, the title race will be interesting. I'd say right now the title race will be interesting, but if Liverpool get Isak, the title race won't be interesting because they'll probably walk the league. The Champions League would be interesting. I think right now it's still an interesting race, but I think if Liverpool get Isak, like it might take the fun out of it. It would with my neutral hat on. If Liverpool do get Isak, I'd like to see multiple trophies. Because I can imagine the reasoning now. This time next year, oh, Liverpool only won because they got Verts and because they got Isak and because they did this. You know what I mean? So I think if we get Isak, it will be interesting times, but I'd like to see multiple trophies. Sonny says, speaking of Woman United, I don't hear Roy Keane and Gary Neville ranting anymore. I miss the show bit of character. Punch someone, smash someone, get stuck in. Yeah, they don't do that anymore. I think all enthusiasm has been slowly beaten out of them to the point where they're merely existing at this point. Seb says, what's your prediction for this game? I got 3-2 Miami. Porto are through here. Miami clear it. I can see 3-2. I think it will be 2-1, but I don't know who to. Ben says, what time would you be live about words? That's a good point. What time did we start today? 8 o'clock. Let's do 8 o'clock. I need to write this down now because I'm gonna I wasn't planning to, but Ben has manipulated me into going live tomorrow. 8 p.m. We'll do 8 p.m. again because that gives me time. Dang, I'm so easily manipulated. Unemployed Microwaves got 3-1 Porto. Could happen. Seb's the Miami fan says absolutely no chance. And Unemployed Microwave, I like the color coordination. So Seb's with the pink because Miami are wearing pink. And Unemployed Microwave with the blue and white for Porto says yes chance. JJ says title race over if Isak becomes a Liverpool player. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It would just... It's a silly thing to say, but it would just make it... I don't want to say boring, because it wouldn't be boring, because I'd love it. And everyone who supports Liverpool would love it. But it would feel like a foregone conclusion. But I think if Liverpool get Isak to add to what they have, of course, we still need to be wary with respect to who's gonna leave, because they are gonna balance the books to a certain degree. So Nunes is definitely gonna leave, but I don't think that will make that big a difference. But I suspect another forward would leave, and who's that gonna be? Oh, it's probably gonna be Chiesa, to be fair. So yeah, probably wouldn't make that big a difference. But yeah, if Liverpool get Isak, hopefully they can have a very good Champions League campaign. Me personally, I prefer the Champions League. I find it more exciting. I find it more dangerous. Danger makes things more interesting. Sunny says, "Why is Isak better than Haaland?" Come on, just one bad season for Haaland makes him the same category with Isak. I mean, they're comparable. I think they're comparable. And even if people were to say Haaland is a 10 out of 10, which again, not necessarily, I don't necessarily agree with that. But even if Haaland was a 10 out of 10, I think at the very least Isak would be a 9 out of 10, which would be better than the 3 out of 10 Uruguayan we have right now. So for me, it isn't necessarily about who's the best. This one's better, that one's better. It's just the one we can get would be a significant improvement over what we have, and what we have won the league. So I like for me, like, I'm not too fussed about like comparisons between individual players. Like for me, it's like, okay, he makes us a billion times better. Let's do it. Ben says, do it 7. I might struggle with 7. I finish work at like 5. Yeah, 7 would probably be tough. It would have to be about 8 o'clock. Sony says it's gonna be 2-0 for Porto, but hey, at least we lost a former Champions League winner. Where's Pinaldo? Is he still shining? His friendly competition medal. He is still shining it. He's spit shining it, and he's getting a nice good shimmer on it, I think. Amelia says, hello, how's your day been so far? It's been absolutely boiling hot, to the point where I've had all the blinds closed the entire day. I know they're open now because I need the lighting for this, but I've had all the blinds closed all day. I've had 2 showers because it's that damn hot, but other than that, I'm good. How are you, Amelia? Wolfie says he ain't joining. Yeah, I think, is this Isak? I'd still say probably not. Probably not. But like, last week I was like 0% sure. This week I'm like 10% sure. So, still most likely it's not gonna happen. But if it does happen, I will be excited. I am gonna have to get another shirt because I think I've been ordered, and I can't remember who ordered me to get a Verts shirt. I think it was Snus actually. Snus told me to get a Verts shirt. I also need to get a Salah shirt because I don't have one. And I think if Isak joins, I'll have to get an Isak shirt as well. RG's prediction: 6-2 win for Porto. 8 goals, man. I would love 8 goals today. Let's go for it. Sebs would not be very happy about that, but the neutrals would. Dayan said, listen to this prediction. Delap will win Golden Boot. You reckon? Golden Boot. So you think he'd get more goals than Salah, more than Haaland, more than Isak? It's not impossible. I mean, if he does get Golden Boot, then Chelsea have played a blinder. Because then they've got an amazing striker for a small fee, who is also English, so counts towards the quota. So if he does get a Golden Boot, then Chelsea deserves some respect for that. Aturinde Vitos says nope. What's that a nope to? I can't remember. Is it Isak? Is it Isak potentially joining? I'm good, says Amelia. Good to hear. Whereabouts are you from? Durwood says Pinaldo isn't allowed in the US. Yeah, I've heard. Is this? I actually don't know all the details behind it, but I don't think it's. I know the general vibe. He has some accusations against him that he doesn't want to face. Yeah. So I guess Penaldo will never play for Inter Miami. AFC Dave says, my dream transfer market this season is Arteta getting sacked. I'd agree with you. I think he's holding you back. I think you got some good players. Arteta just seems a bit too defensive these days, and I think he's getting a bit stubborn. So if Arteta does get sacked and you get someone else in, then I would be worried. Dayan says that Liam Delap is the reincarnation of Vardy, but better. I guess we'll find that out. We will find that out this season. Amelia is from the moon. Very nice. Well, I hope the moon is cool today, because the earth is effing hot. Ayan says, we deserve Frimpong. Who's the we in this context? Are you a Liverpool fan? Ayan. In which case, Frimpong's already joined, so... which I'm very happy about. The thing is, right, Frimpong has joined, and Kirkes is probably going to join. Oh, are they going to score? Oh, they cleared it off the line. Miami cleared it off the line. With Frimpong and Kirkes, Liverpool are going to basically have like 2 rocket launchers up the wing. Because Kirkes is going to be running up and down. Frimpong is going to be running up and down. Like, we're going to be like all out attack next season, and I am absolutely here for it. Juice Wild fan says, yo UTV, how you doing? Hope you're well. Good to hear. Amelia's got much better temperatures on the moon than we have today. Durwood says, big Ange, mate, take Arteta's place, mate. I'm just thinking about that. I think he'd actually do quite well there. so let's hope not. Thankfully they probably wouldn't accept him. Thankfully they probably wouldn't accept him. But I think if Ange was to join there, hypothetically, I think he'd do real well. There's attacking coach, mate. Get up the pitch, mate. High line, mate. I think he'd do real well. Ayan says, yes, I am. Did you see Trent's disaster class? We did. We watched his disaster class together yesterday, and it was absolutely hilarious. Was it like 12 times he lost the ball? He only won 1 duel. Got dribbled past a gazillion times. And then got hooked at 60 minutes. And also, I've not heard many people say this. I've not heard kind of many people say this, but like, he looks slightly overweight. Like, does anyone else think that? Like, he looks very slightly overweight for a fullback. And it might not even be overweight from like it might be like muscle. Like, it might be muscle because he's a bit more jacked now, but like, he looks a bit too big. So I don't know if he has to kind of work on his kind of strength and conditioning. But yeah, it wasn't bad. What I find funny as well is that after the game, he did 2 post-match interviews, which is more than he did for Liverpool as a vice captain for all of last year. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, I would say good luck to him, but like, I don't know what you guys feel, but I think he's just gonna flop and basically end up at Aston Villa eventually. Penaldo shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a football pitch since the day he said winning a Euro with Portugal is a bigger achievement than a World Cup for Argentina. Like a much smaller team, Croatia doing amazing, yeah. It was a bizarre comparison, wasn't it? I don't agree with him, and I'm sure most people don't agree with him. I mean, how long is he going to continue to play for? That's what I'm curious about. Wednesday says, how do you see Frank Thomas Frank doing at Spurs? I think he's a good coach. I think tactically he's good as well. My only concern is that Daniel Levy guy is a bit of an oddball. You know what I mean? He seems a bit strange. So I don't know kind of how well Frank will get on with Daniel Levy, if you know what I mean. I hope Frank's kind of given that space to kind of develop the team. He's given the time that he needs, because he is a good coach. It's just the owner's a bit of a weirdo. Juice World fan says, I reckon Villa could challenge for top 4 this year. Up the Villa. Certainly could do. I think any of those teams that are up there are all pretty dangerous. Who do you think they need to bring in to bridge the gap? Because I think Rashford's gone back, hasn't he? So does that mean you are potentially going to bring in a forward or a striker? There's also the small matter of Morgan Rogers. Will Morgan Rogers stay or will Morgan Rogers go? Pinaldo, be ashamed of your comment. Pendu Pupanaldo. Oh God, these slander names never get old. Oh, they've hit the post. Porto have hit the post. Wednesday said, do Liverpool fans really want to see Trent fail at Madrid? Not fail at Madrid, more kind of spontaneously combust and realize that he's completely ruined his life and completely ruined his career and completely messed up and made the worst decision he could possibly make. So that would perhaps be a bit more accurate. To be honest, most people at this point don't have any kind of time for him. It's not because of him leaving. It's the way that he left. Juice World fan says they need a striker like Jonathan David from Lille. Is he the Canadian? Is he available for free? I guess for free you can't complain, right? I know there's signing on fees and that sort of thing, but he'd probably be an upgrade over Rashford, to be fair. So one to watch out for. Sonny says, and you'll win at least an FA Cup for Arsenal in the second season, though. So don't sack him after the first trophyless season, mate. Yeah, he always wins a trophy. Always wins a trophy in the second season, mate. Always win a trophy in the second season, mate. So yeah, Ange would be interesting at Arsenal. I can't lie. Greg the Saint, how you doing, Greg? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a nice evening. Hope you haven't been boiling your pants off, because I have, because it's far too hot, but I hope you're well. Sonny says, Angel played the 055 high line. If Jose was parked the bus, Angel would be bumping down. Yeah, if Jose was parked the bus, Ange's drive the bus straight forward, I guess. Drive the bus straight forward without stopping. I mean, there's even an argument to say it's not 055. It's more of a 027 or a 028, should we say? It makes things a bit more exciting, to be fair. I just realized Mascherano is a manager of Inter Miami. That must be a bit weird for Messi, right? Because they used to play together and now he's his manager. He doesn't seem to mind, to be fair. Two minutes of stoppage time then. Fans in the crowd are already exiting, presumably to get their refreshments. Because if you go as soon as the whistle goes, those queues can be painful. So there are fans who are trying to beat the queue, it seems. Is that half time? There is half time. Still 1-0. It is still 1-0. Sebs will not be particularly happy about that. But it is still 1-0. Agehawa with a penalty in the 8th minute. Not bad, not bad. Would have expected a few more goals, I can't lie. But it is what it is. I think Ben might have been right, because the Chelsea game is on at 7 tomorrow. So we might have to be back at 7. What's happening with this Quansah stuff? Is Quansah gone yet? Someone is saying there that the mistake against United in the FA Cup was his death knell. I don't necessarily think it was. I think Slot just doesn't like him. Just doesn't like the qualities that he offers. I don't think it was a case of, okay, he made a mistake and that's it now. That's it now. It's time to get rid. I think Slot just likes a certain type of defender. And Quansah is not that certain type. I've always said Quansah's not quite fast enough. I will stop the timer, which proves that I do remember to do that sometimes. Penaldo should be ashamed of the fact how he made fun of Xavi when he was still playing in a Saudi league and said, I will retire playing at a high level. Unlike Xavi, but look where you are, Pupanaldo, Pendu Penaldo. Or PPP, as he is affectionately known. Yeah, that's not a good look for him now. With KDB gone, who will be the star midfielder of the Premier League? I believe that will be Florian Wirtz. Or at least I hope it will be Florian Wirtz. I mean, Shirky's another option. I know he didn't look great yesterday, but like I guess you can't really judge too much based off one friendly. More stuff about Nunes to Napoli. Liverpool striker Darwin Nunes is believed to be open to a move to Napoli this summer. The Serie A champions have begun work towards a deal for the Uruguay international, but are not willing to pay Liverpool's valuation. As soon as I saw that figure, I thought, okay, they're willing to pay it, but it says they are not willing to pay it. It is understood the Premier League champions will listen to offers. To be honest, like 60 million is probably a bit high on the... It's a bit high on what you could get. I'd take less than that. I'd take 50-ish. People making these shitty fucking formations. What the hell? What the hell is that? That's literally 4-4-3, you absolute clown. What the hell? That's 4-4-3. That's 4-4-3. This has to be a joke, right? They need to start charging for this website. Burger King says Tonali to Man City in the next few years, probably. Do you reckon? He'd be expensive. He would be expensive, to be fair. You think he would replace Rodri if Rodri was to go to Real Madrid or someone? I can see it happening. It'd be expensive. He'd be north of 100 million, unless he's like low on a contract. But certainly could happen. Certainly could happen. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't make this. I'm looking on Twitter. Somebody with a 4-4-3 formation. It's like, mate, I think you got one extra. You got one extra player on the pitch there. There are 12 players in the lineup, so these kind of fans represent Liverpool. Thankfully, I did notice it. I did call him McLaren. So thankfully, it's not everyone. Bro, we just sold Quansah for 40 million. Imagine we got the money to get him. It's just Newcastle. Do you mean Isak or do you mean Guehi? I think with respect to Isak, I think it's on him now. I think it's on him. Like, he has to force a move to a certain degree, and then Liverpool would be willing to pay. Per Sangle says it's called a joke. Okay, that makes sense then. That's a bit of a relief, because I thought that was serious. But S says it wasn't funny. Fair enough. Like, these days you can never tell. That's probably AI. Yeah, that looks like AI, to be fair. What will be your formation? I mean, probably like a 4-3-3 again, to be fair. We can probably draw it on like the there's like a squad builder thing, right? Like on this thing. So it'll be this guy. It'll probably be this guy there. And then it'll be this guy there. And then it will most likely be this guy there. There's a chance this guy could leave if he refuses to sign a new contract and Liverpool say, you know what? We don't want you messing about for the next year. We're going to ship you out. And then it'll be that guy there. And then it'll be that guy there. And now it gets tricky. I think it will be like this. I think it will be kind of disjointed to a certain, like, unsymmetrical to a certain degree. What? I know. J Islam says Liverpool are cooking. They are cooking. They are cooking like Gordon Ramsay. I have to put a player in. Sonny says AI is the same technology Penaldo fans use to see him lifting a World Cup, because they know they will never get it. But what can I say? My GOAT has done it already. Okay, you're done hating for him today. That's normally 45 minutes less. we paid for a full 90 minutes of hating. User 786311295 says Isak 100 million plus. Surely not. He's very injury prone despite how good he is. Yeah, that's the only kind of concern I have. Like, how many games does he actually miss? Shall we have a look? Like, I don't know. . Let's have a look then. So last season he missed 9 games, I think. So last season, like 7 plus 1 plus 1, so he missed 9. The season before he missed 12. The season before that he missed 18. Yeah, I hear ya. That is a that is a slight concern. Jay says if we get Isak, damn indeed. So I'm hoping it will look something like this. And again, we're just having fun before somebody turns up and says, "Bro, you're not gonna get Isak, bro." I'm like, yeah, we're just having fun, man. Again, maybe something like that. And then I think the width will come from this brother. This brother will be doing this all day. And his brother on the opposite wing will be doing this all day. And I think that's where a lot of the width will come from. Usman ex-Arsenal says, do you think that back four is sustainable and why? Sustainable? What do you mean by sustainable in this context? It depends what you mean by sustainable. Sustainable from an injury perspective or sustainable from a not conceding many goals perspective? From a defensive perspective, I think that'd be okay. Because we used to kind of play like this back in the day when it was Matip over there, and Matip wasn't quite as quick as Konate. And I think Frimpong and Kerkez have shown they're kind of willing to do that all day. So Frimpong will run back. I'm not sure how many of you watched the Real Madrid game yesterday, but this was Trent running back. Here he stopped because he was thinking about Burger King. So then he stopped for a second. This is Trent running back. By the way, this is the Saudi striker. But this is Trent running back. So Trent is quite slow to get back. But Frimpong, I've got confidence that... Not confidence, I've seen that he's rapid. Speaking of Gordon Ramsay, what team does he support? No idea. For some reason, I want to say Man United, but I don't know why. Sunny says, okay, Pupinaldo, why are you in Saudi? Did no one want him? I guess your Instagram door isn't worth as much as you hold it, Pinaldo. Be ashamed of your existence. Yes, that's what we pay for, Sunny. Constant hatred. Jay says, Konate's injury record was bad before we signed him. Very true. You think Liverpool are going to play with a back three? Brother. What's that? Brother? So you think there'll be another... Let's pretend it's not Gravenberch, but you think there'll be another one? Like Guehi or somebody, and then... For argument's sake, so you think maybe Guehi or somebody... Would that mean 2 midfielders and 3 strikers, or 3 midfielders and 2 strikers? Trent flopped, yeah, and it was funny to see. It was wonderful to see. He got hooked. He got hooked, didn't he? He got hooked as well. He seems to be taking it quite badly, and the way I see it is like, bro, if a friendly game is mentally affecting you to that extent, you ain't ready. Like, you ain't ready for the Real Madrid fans to abuse you in a game that matters. In terms of Frimpong, Liverpool... in terms of Frimpong, we'll fly forward. So Kerkez and Gravenberch isn't a CDM, if we're honest. I hear you, but I think the way Liverpool play, they don't need like a traditional kind of defensive midfielder because they have a lot of the ball. So I think if they had like Ugarte in there, it would be pointless because like Liverpool have a lot of possession, if you know what I mean. So I'm kind of fine with it kind of being like this, to be fair. And I think this is a improvement Kirkes in many ways is like a younger version of Robertson. So I think this will be an improvement over the team that kind of won the league. Usman says, personally, I think you'll concede loads, but time will tell. Time will tell. Again, like a lot of kind of what I see is Liverpool having a lot of the ball. So a lot of teams' opportunity to score will be them on the counter. And I think teams countering is lessened when your fullbacks are rapid. And again, of course teams are going to score. Of course they're going to get in behind. Like, of course they're going to get in there. Of course they're going to get in there. But I think having rapid fullbacks does help. I actually think Frimpong has been signed to rotate with Salah. You reckon? I think Frimpong can play both positions. So Frimpong can play here, where he plays for Netherlands. Frimpong can also play there. I think Frimpong will be like basically available for both positions. Florian Wirtz says if Isak doesn't come, then Florian Wirtz, who we have in the chat here, thinks Szoboszlai falls 9. Let's update that then. If I can fucking figure out how to... remove. Well, here's the question though. Here's the question. Do you think Szoboszlai falls 9? Or could it be more like this? Hear me out. Could it be more like that? Could it be more like a box in the middle with kind of Salah and Gakpo, and then sometimes Szoboszlai makes that run and sometimes Wirtz makes that run? And if it's a really defensive team, McAllister makes a run. But could it be more like that? He supports Chelsea, says Amy. Gordon Ramsay supports Chelsea. Nice. I should have known. He's pretty rich, so he probably lives in Chelsea. I should have known. Jamie says, Uncle, when you gonna sign Virat Kohli? I think that's a cricketer. I'm the worst person to ask about cricket. I know nothing about cricket. 5 in defense. Why do you hate Trent? I mean, to be honest, I don't have any reason to like him at the moment. I kind of like that player on the wing that played against Real Madrid. Is that the Al Ahly player? Harvey, this may be Harvey Elliott, says, I don't think Isak will leave. Ekitike is more realistic. I'll be honest with you, like, I've never seen the fuss with Ekitike. Like, for me, what is he good at? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see it with Ekitike. Like, for me, I think unless Liverpool can get the number 1 target or number 2 target, maybe they should run something like this. Rafinha is going to eat him alive. Puent Pulexander Punold. He only goes by Puent now. Usman said you needed Zubimendi, but he's going to a big club. Is he? But why is he going to Chelsea? Because Chelsea already got Caicedo. So I don't understand that. Premier League team. Ramsey, yeah, he's a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I should have known to be fair. West London, expensive. Gordon Ramsay, he probably lives in Chelsea. Jay says Liverpool only conceded a lot under Klopp because of the way we played full throttle football. True, that's a very good point as well. Quite often, like with Klopp, it would be like this. Kind of like that to a certain degree. So that it might open you up a little bit. But Slot, I think Slot is a bit more controlled. And the thing is, what I've noticed is Gravenberch, like when this is happening, Gravenberch kind of forms that back three to a certain degree. Like Gravenberch kind of cosplays as like a fake defender when that happens. So Slot is definitely a bit more kind of controlled. See, people are gonna see this now. People are gonna join late and be like, "What the f is this?" And they won't know all the context from behind. But like, what can you do? It looks like a man doing a star jump, innit? To a certain degree. But Slot is more controlled, says Jay. Very true. Sunny says, Usman, worry about phase 7 of the... that's pretty good. I like that. Pretty good. Phase 7 of the Mikal cinematic universe. Does that mean Arteta is like Doctor Doom? Or what? Who else is there in Marvel? I don't even know. Instead of Captain America, is he Captain Lightbulb? Food for thought. Matthew says, "Whoa, where's Robertson?" Oh God, the pink team has scored. Sorry, that's not very professional. Miami have scored. Sebs will be over the moon. Let's update the score. I also haven't started the timer, but who cares? Let me just... that's good. That is brilliant, to be fair. That is brilliant. I was like, is he Doctor Doom? And Sunny's like, I am doomed. Whoa, where's Robertson? It looks like Robertson might be off, Matthew. It looks like he might be off to Atletico Madrid. A bit of haggling on the price is going on currently, but yeah, it looks like he's going to be off. So he'll probably be in Madrid, not playing with his mate, playing in the rivals of his mate. Liverpool best club JP. What does the JP stand for? That is the question. Let me update the timer. There you go. I don't see Isak signing for Liverpool this season. Maybe next season. I'd take him next season, to be fair. He'll be cheaper, innit? The longer you wait, the cheaper they are. In a hypothetical world, then, if Isak's not available this season, but he is available next season, I'd rather Liverpool just didn't buy a striker this year. Wait for Isak. AFC Dave said McAllister is your best midfielder so far, in my opinion. He's your best player as well. Yeah, with me too. I love McAllister. I think I would say he's the best midfielder as well. I've seen like a couple of these lineup things that kind of people... I need to adjust this because like people are going to join and be like, oh my God, bro's so crazy. Bro's so crazy. Why is he doing that? And then they won't really know the effing context of why we've done this. I'll leave it as a box. There you go. There's a giant hole in the middle of the defense. Fuck it. That's good enough. Yeah, I love McAllister. It really disappoints me like when I see some other lineups like this and they don't have him in it, and I'm like, did you watch any of this season? He was amazing. HS says, where is Diaz? Yeah, I mean Gakpo or Diaz, to be fair, either on that side. I think they're both good. They've got different strengths, and I think Diaz's strengths are perhaps Gakpo's weaknesses, and Gakpo's strengths are perhaps Diaz's weaknesses. So that's kind of good in a sense, because you can pick the right one for the right team. Jake agrees. Appreciate that, Jake. User 786311295. Let me know when saying the numbers gets annoying and I'll stop. Says, if Slot was the manager in the 2022 final, I think he wins that game. He's tactically better than Klopp. I think he is tactically better than Klopp. He's shown the propensity and the willingness to adjust his tactics during the game. Whereas I think the issue with Klopp is he was like 4-3-3 and that's it. Like Klopp tended to kind of have only one way of playing, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, what can we do? Whereas Slot seems to kind of make more adjustments kind of based on what the opposition is doing. So I think he is better. Klopp might be a better man manager, maybe. but styles are different. Styles are different. Jake said, is it the same spell backwards? Shit. Yeah, so Ekitike backwards is Ekitike. Dang. That's pretty cool, man. I used to have a friend called Lana at school. She didn't like her name spelled backwards, but Ekitike perhaps wouldn't mind his name spelled backwards because it's exactly the same. Ekitike. That's pretty cool, to be fair. Is the same spelled backwards doesn't mean he's good. Yeah, I don't see. I kind of don't see. I don't see the kind of fascination and the obsession with him. I don't kind of know what he's good at. Sunny says, so Gordon knows the biggest team of London. I will say well done. Yes, and speaking of well done, that is not how Gordon likes his steaks. I believe he likes them medium rare, but regardless. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay does support Chelsea. I'm Oscar. See, I told you this was gonna happen. But we will get back to that. Do you think we'll get Isak this season? 10% chance. If you asked me last week, I'd say 0% chance. Now I'm like, hey, 10% chance it might happen. 10% is better than nothing. 10% is better than nothing, I guess. What the hell is this formation? Yeah. We were just playing around with kind of what formations could be. Oh, you're right. It does look like a human. That's what we'll say. It's literally a human. It's literally a human being. That's what we call it. It is. So Alisson's the head. Kanate and Van Dijk are the shoulders. Or yeah. Frimpong and Kirkers, the hands and the arms. McAllister, Gravenberts, the chest. Sabazlai, Verts are the waist. And Salah and Diaz are the legs. So yeah, I'd rather go with that. Race car is race car backwards. That's another good one. That is another good one, to be fair. Ekitike is a solid player. Yeah, he is solid. I'm not sure he's worth the money that they're asking, because apparently they're asking like 100 million, to be fair. Let's have a look at this free kick. Messi's got a free kick, by the way. Just on the edge of the box. Is he going to roll back the ears? Sonny will be waiting. Oh my god, he scored the free kick. Dang. Class is permanent. Class is permanent, guys. Class is permanent. What more can you say? Is he going to roll back the ears? The answer is yes. I mean, that's just lost for words at this point. Free kick outside the box. Top corner. Side netting. What more can you do? As Wednesday says, Messi. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, obviously he's not as fit and not as fast as he was when he's younger, because he's only human. But like, it's still crazy how he can still score a free kick like that. And I think Wednesday has summed it up there. Class is oh fuck! I just knocked my fan over. But class is permanent. 2-1 then. Connor says, if you want to see the best away kit in England, look at Dover Athletic away kit. Alright, let's have a look at that. Is it the white one? Or is it the blue one? It must be the blue. Oh, you can't see it. Is it the blue one there? Would you happen to be a Dover Athletic fan? It's alright. It's alright. A bit Man City-ish, I can't lie, but ignoring that part, it's pretty good. One more Messi magic. The magician has arrived. Pupinaldo, go cry me. Well, he can use the river to clean his medal that you were referring to earlier. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. Rifki said hi. How you doing, Rifki? Has to check today. How's your Thursday going? Durwood says, I sent you another AI video, 66. Not sure if you've seen it yet. I have not. But I'll see if I can have a look at it now. Oh, is it on the gaming account? I can switch to that. Of course, I'm not logged in, but I will log in. What's it called? I know what it's called. It better just log me in and not say, do you have a suspicious login? I'm like, it hasn't. It's let me in. It's Trent's Real Madrid press conference, but they've used AI to kind of change what he's saying, and he's basically saying, "Please take me back," and a few profane declarations about his love for Jude Bellingham. I can see why Yamal absolutely danced on these fools last season. I'll promise I'll delete Duolingo and forget all the Spanish I've learnt. I guess this is one of the benefits of AI. Kind of funny stuff like this. That was pretty good. Some of this AI stuff is crazy, man. Like a few years ago, that would have definitely fooled me. But now we kind of know to kind of look out for it. But Miami player is holding his hip there, number 57. Is that Bron Breaker, number 57? Liverpool are expected to make a significant offer for Crystal Palace defender Marc Guehi. What is significant? That is the question. I've heard a rumour that it's going to be pretty much exactly the same fee that Quansah was sold for. So in effect, you're swapping Quansah for Guehi. Now, if Liverpool were to do that, that would be a fantastic deal. He looks a lot older. Like, I don't know why, but he's only 24. He looks like he's about 50, but he's not. He's a pretty young player. 24 is very young for a centre back. Yeah, Quansah might be off tomorrow, you know. Sonny says, who said it's AI? It's reality. When the time comes, he will say it and go cry near Jurgen and tell him to call Slot to get him back. I think you're right, to be fair. I think you're right. I think eventually the realization and the gravity of the situation will hit him, and then he'll be asking to come back. But we won't want him back. Like there'll be some people that will say, "Oh, should we bring him home? Let's bring him home." But I think on the whole, people won't want him back, and I think the club won't want him back because the club didn't want Coutinho back when this happened to Coutinho. The club didn't want Michael Owen back when this happened to Michael Owen. So it seems like once this club has moved on, then they move on. Back in the day, yeah, with Ian Rush, but I think things have changed significantly since then. I mean, he might. Honestly, what I think will happen is I think he's gonna flop. I think he'll be on the bench. I think the fans will give him a lot of abuse, and then I think he'll want to try and salvage his career, try and salvage his national chances at the World Cup and all that. Probably get a loan, maybe to a Villa, maybe to a German team, and then he'll probably leave permanently. The ironic thing in all of this is that he will get a fee for Real Madrid and he never got a fee for Liverpool. FK says who? Mr. 66. Mr. 66. Not Quansah. I should clarify. That's bad timing. Not Quansah. That's actually really bad timing, me saying screw him. But no, 66. 66. I'm surprised that the fact that Mbappe was admitted to hospital wasn't part of the reason they used for why they played so badly. True. They haven't used that reason yet. But if they have another poor performance, then they could use that reason. Yeah, that was really bad timing. we were discussing the the Quansah move, and I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna want him back. He's gonna come crying, and everyone was like, what? No, that was in response to Sonny's comment. But yeah, no. I certainly wish Quansah the best. Because let's not act like the great R9 and Beckham were flopped and sent away. Those ones, not to a certain degree, but I think it will be a different story with Trent. Sweet FA says, where you get your shirt from the Democratic Republic of China, or would it be Communist Republic? Ryan asks, is Wirtz done? Not yet. I believe he's having his medical. So apparently, Ryan, it's not a 2-year medical. Good Lord, it's a 2-day medical. Today he's doing day 1 of the medical. There's like a video of him getting out of his... I mean, that's the van that he's in. I've seen a video of him getting out of the silver van, so I think that might be the one, possibly. But that's the flight he was on. I know you probably don't care, Ryan, but that's the flight he was on. But yeah, he's having his medical today, part 1. He's gonna have his medical tomorrow, part 2, and then hopefully, if everything's okay, hopefully he gets announced tomorrow. Dot says World War 3 coming next 5 to 10 years. What you think? Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope they sort that out. Harry says, hello, Salah's brother, my friend. I take that. A lot of people have been calling me Salah's dad. So if I'm Salah's brother, that means I'm a similar-ish sort of age. Because Salah's dad must be like, what, at least like 20 years older. But Salah's brother could be 10 years older. So it's good enough. It's good enough for me. Suarez on the floor. Oh, Suarez has got like a nice pink. He's got like a nice pink wristband to match his kit. That's pretty nice. Dot says, you look nothing like Salah. You look like the most Punjabi looking out there. Fair enough. Sunny says, so I got to go. Bye, adios and sayonara. I'm happy Messi scored whilst Pupanaldo cries. Pupanaldo, be ashamed of your existence. Messi is the GOAT. Well, it was a GOAT level goal today, to be fair. Nice little free kick outside the box, top corner. Christian says, buonasera. How you doing, Christian? How have you been? I hope the weather is good in Italy, because it's too effing hot in England. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's about 28 degrees in Milan as well, to be fair. So you've probably got it quite similar to us. I just realised it's 2-1. And 2-1 is what I predicted. So if nobody else can score, that will be fantastic. Christian says, Tutto okay, good to hear. Lake Como, okay, nice. So 22 degrees for you, not too bad. Man, I keep thinking Porto or Brighton. But it's not Brighton. KD says, that looks like a United kit. Well, I know what I am going to burn after this stream. It does a little. It's the Adidas kind of stripes don't help. Fabregas is good. Yeah, is he the manager for Como, is he? You're happy with how he's doing? Fabregas record. Yeah, I've got him up here. Fabregas. Serie A, 38 games, won 13, drew 10, lost 15. Could be worse. Well, if you're happy with him, then I'm happy with him. I think that's the safest conclusion to draw. Boris. How you doing, Boris? Hope you're good. Dele Alli is having some negotiations with Como on a move? Does he currently play? Apparently, he currently plays for Como. Dele Alli. Okay, firstly, I didn't know his name was Bamidele, but I know that now. So his name is Bamidele. So he joined on a free transfer on the 19th of January 2025. Oh, you can't see that. Wait. Yeah. So what? Is he having negotiations to leave then, I presume? Since he plays for them at the moment. Being in doctors, tonsils were red and had problems. Sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that, Boris. Hope you're feeling a bit better now. For context, tonsils gave me problems when I was a baby, and I had them removed. I'm too young to kind of remember them, but yeah, they can be a bit annoying. But yeah, hope you're feeling a bit better. I always fill this thing up with the intention of drinking all of it, and I never do. It's needed in this weather, man. Where can I put it though? Oh, Nico Paz is very good. Is he playing for Como? Nico Paz. Nico Paz Martinez, born the 8th of September 2004, is a professional footballer who plays as an attacking midfielder for Como. Comp's wonder kid Nico Paz is generational. Wow. Oh yeah, I think you might have mentioned him before, Christian. He's made his senior debut there. He's made his senior debut for Argentina in a 6-0 win over Bolivia. And got an assist for Lionel Messi. And it looks like you got him from Madrid. Yeah, I think you've mentioned him before. Nicolas Paz Martinez. 35 goals. So you can say 15 GA in 35 games. Looks pretty good, mate. The club said 23rd of May, my birthday. What happened on 23rd of May? On this page? So if I search for 23rd? Or was it on the Wikipedia page? Is that one there? As of match played on 23rd of May. Yeah. Does that mean you're kind of famous? maybe to a certain degree. Nico Paz is Real Madrid. Yeah, I think that's where you got him from. I mean, he's only 20 years old, to be fair. Only 20 years old. Don't know if you can see that. Right there. There. Got a long career ahead of him. Safe to say. Let's see if Porto can get an equaliser. I somehow doubt that. I think Miami might be a bit too strong. Yeah, no comment. No comment on that. They're saying this Liverpool starting 11 should be illegal. I think that will literally be illegal. Boris says, could you please shout out my friend? It's his birthday today. Yeah, a happy birthday to Riyadh Kam. How old is Riyadh today? Let me know. But yeah, happy birthday, man. Hope you have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. Christian says, remember Nico Paz, 2 years as a top player. I will remember him. And then when he has a big move, I'll say, Christian told us, Christian did say that he would be a elite player. I can't believe some people are disappointed about Guehi. I mean, I appreciate he's not the fanciest player in the world, but for 30 million, you can't really complain. Vert's apparently on 200 grand a week, which is significantly less than the rumoured 350, which to be honest always sounded and felt like nonsense. Alisson, Kanate, Frimpong, Van Dijk, Kerkers, Gravenberch, McAllister, Wirtz. Yeah, I mean that's literally how kind of I had it earlier. I'm at Birmingham New Street. I know what hotel Wirtz is staying at. What? Hero Brian says, Isaac to Liverpool soon. Let's hope so. I've gone from a 0% believer to a 10% believer, so I think it could potentially happen. And Gordon as well. Interesting. I presume Gordon would be a replacement for Diaz then, because I think Gakpo is staying. So you'd presume Diaz would go and Gordon would come in. We need the quadruple this time. I can't lie, I would love that. I think it would be tough, but I mean, if you get Isak and Wirtz, you should definitely be in with a chance. But on the other hand, if somebody said you can have a chance at the quadruple, or you can have a guaranteed Premier League and Champions League and no other trophy, I'd take the guaranteed Premier League and Champions League, even though it's not a treble. Suarez is on the floor, bro. Get up, man. Like, it's literally like a pointless friendly tournament. Why are you rolling around? I mean, that was Suarez's own fault, to be fair. Mascherano looks like he can still play. Mascherano looks like he's in better condition than Trent. What the hell? The funny thing is about Quansah, he did just sign a long-term contract back in October, so less than a year ago. Aye. So that would have helped. That would have helped with respect to getting a bigger fee. Hero Brian says, I'm always practical. Premier League first, rest of the trophies later. Fair enough. Makes sense. I understand that. Premier League would be the priority, I think, to be fair. I think one more Premier League would kind of take them above United. Hero Brian said, bro, you haven't seen my message on Insta. Probably not. I had to be reminded also by Durwood earlier to say I sent you an AI video. Not sure if you've seen it yet, so I'm a bit bad with Instagram messages, but I will get around to them. Arav says, where did you get the shirt from? The shirt is from the Communist Republic of China. Was Mascherano like Fabinho? A little bit, but not really. Mascherano was kind of more of a kind of typical destroyer. Like, he'd run around, a bit like a dog, and I mean that as a compliment, but a bit like a dog. Like, he'd kind of run around and get a tackle in, run around there, get a tackle in. Fabinho could do that, but Fabinho was perhaps a bit less aggressive, but perhaps slightly more of a playmaker. Whereas I'd say Mascherano was more of a archetypal, typical destroyer. Arav 321-456 says, okay, thanks. No worries, bro. No worries. Mascherano looks a bit younger now than when he played. Crazy. Oh, maybe 5 minutes left of this, and then I can finally go outside Imagine that, man. It's literally 10 p.m. and it's still 23 degrees outside. Is this some type of sick joke? This weather. Tyler Morton could be another one who's off. 20 million. Says delete one Liverpool legend here. I don't know who I'd delete from that list. Definitely not one of the bottom two. Probably Coutinho, to be fair. Vert Steel should be done this time tomorrow. Florian Friday. Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Florian Friday the 20th. If this ends up being 2-1, that's hilarious. Because that's the score that I predicted with absolutely no background knowledge and absolutely no acumen with respect to what I'm saying. Mascherano is furious. Decent tackle, to be fair. By Fafa, number 7. Fafa. What's the schedule looking like for this particular tournament? I don't know if I've got the energy for tomorrow. Oh, God. I want to play my game tomorrow. PSG versus Botafogo at 2 a.m. So that would be evening USA time. Fortunately, I shall be fast as it. Oh, if it's 2 a.m., is that like literally in like 4 hours or some shit? I guess it would have to be. Saturday's Inter Milan versus YNWA Reds. Sunday will be another hate-along. It will be Real Madrid versus Pachuca. But I have a feeling that Pachuca are not going to put up much of a fight. Let's be honest. Seattle Sounders versus PSG. Interesting. Auckland versus... Oh, Benfica, Bayern Munich. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Ooh, Juventus, Man City. That would be nice. That's literally a week from today. Salzburg, Real Madrid. That's on a bit too late. And then from the following Saturday, it's when you get into the last 16. Christian says Florian Wirtz is good. I certainly hope so. Certainly hope so. Given the given what we're paying, 116 million. He's a good player. He's a good player. You could definitely make the argument he's the best number 10, or at the very least one of the best number 10s on the market. 31 games, 10 goals, 13 assists. That's pretty good, I think. Champions League, 9 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist. I think that's also very good. Yeah, I think he's good. Yeah, that was the only one there, as Connor has mentioned. Wirtz and Musiala in the Bundesliga. And then there is a ginormous massive gap to third. Yeah, 100%. I don't even know who I'd put in third, to be fair. like who else is there? But yeah, would it be Job Bellingham, or is that a bit too soon? Yes or no, Secretary? Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. C. Amiri with mine, says Connor. That's a good shout. It's a good shout. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Wirtz. But not just Wirtz, to be fair. Also looking forward to seeing Frimpong. And I appreciate it's not done yet, but also looking forward to seeing Kerkers. Just seeing 2 fullbacks who are absolutely full of energy. I mean, how are teams going to deal with that? I mean, it's enough dealing with wingers and attacking midfielders, but when you also got fullbacks running at you, it's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought. Lionel Messi wins the superior player of the match. That is a mouthful. That is a mouthful, superior player of the match. 2 fullbacks that can defend as well as attack, says Connor. 100%. 100%. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Kerkers in many ways feels like a younger Robertson in some ways. That's what he reminds me of, so I'm excited to see that. And I think Frimpong's very good as well. You could certainly say that Frimpong was perhaps the best right back in the Bundesliga last year. Got him for pretty cheap. Got him on a release clause. So yeah, excited. Christian says 150 million. In Italia, I think he's saying in Italy you can get 11 players for that. Very true. Very true. But I think it was 116 million. I don't know what that is in euros. Perhaps 130 million euros. But yeah. I mean, I'm happy with it. I think Wirtz will make a significant difference. Mark says, is that coming, I hope? 100%. I hope as well. I've gone from a few days ago thinking it had absolutely no chance of happening to now having a bit of hope and feeling like, you know what, maybe it might happen. Again, I wouldn't bet anything significant on it, but I've gone from 0% to 10%, but that 10% will keep me happy for a few days, and hopefully it grows to 20%. Sonny is back with his love of Ronaldo, saying, Messi won. Pupanaldo cries. Okay, now I'm really gone. Bye again. Well, we appreciate the input. Very nice goal by Messi, I must admit. But yeah, I'm sure your friend Ronaldo would have enjoyed that, should we say? Looks like this game's going to be 2-1. It looks like my prediction is correct. Again, prediction that I completely pulled out of thin air. Based on no prior knowledge, no expertise of any sort. I just said, I don't know, maybe it'll be 2-1. And it was. So what that shows is when I know absolutely nothing about a topic, I get things correct. But when I think I know about something, I get things completely wrong. That is the life lesson we take from this. Unless Porto can pull something out the back, but I would doubt that. They've got a minute, just over a minute to do that. Oh, are they going to get a third? Nah, good save. Good save by Porto. Fair play to Messi as well. He's playing the full game. None of this. Oh, he beats a player. Saved. Christian says Luis Nazario da Lima. Ronaldo il fenomeno. Big Ronaldo, yeah. R9 Ronaldo. He's the Ronaldo that I had growing up. Played for Inter Milan, and I think he also played for AC Milan, I think, possibly, but yeah. He's my favorite Ronaldo, if that counts for anything. Probably doesn't, but you never know. Is it full time? Oh, thank the Lord, it's full time. 2-1. Sebs will be happy that it was a victory for the Miami. Messi looks thrilled, but not as thrilled as the people in the crowd. Hugs and kisses abound. Sonny, who is back for the third time, says it's raining. Nah, it's just Poopinaldo and his poopy fan tears. Today I feel happy time to have what normal beings, aka Messi fans, call sweet dreams. Yeah, Ronaldo cannot sleep easy when Sonny is around, because Sonny will fraud check him with every breath. So Ronaldo is thankfully safe from Sonny. Diego Armando Maradona, il Pep de Oro. Maradona, there's another top player, to be fair. Sonny says bye, adios, sayonara. See you next time. Yep, see you next time. Maybe tomorrow. I really can't be bothered, but let's see. But yeah, should probably Saturday. But let's see. Roberto Baggio, very good player. Early 90s, that sort of time. I remember Baggio. The GOAT Messi has rephrased his username and says Messi is the GOAT. To be fair, very good free kick. We were talking about it earlier. Like, what more can you say other than class is permanent? I mean, it wasn't even lucky. Like, it was perfectly placed into the side netting. Keeper had no chance. Like, what? It's just amazing, isn't it? Pretty amazing. But anyway, I'm gonna go now because I'm tired AF. Possibly be back tomorrow. I don't have the energy, but possibly be back tomorrow. But if not, should be back on the weekend. Cool. Take care, guys. Enjoy the sun. I will not. Before I go, Ozan Kabak, yes, he played centre back. Said, where'd you get the away kit early, boss? From the, I was gonna say the Democratic Republic of China. I should say the Communist Republic of China. That would be more accurate. Take care, Durwood. Hope you have a nice evening. And yeah, see you guys soon. Take care, guys. Might be back tomorrow, as I said, but if not, definitely on Saturday. Enjoy.